And welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready for our grand final. Coming from the upper bracket, Krykliwy Brzask, which we will call Team KB because I will botch that name. I've already botched that name, but I will botch it so many times if I have to say it during a cast. So they will be called Team KB. I am sorry, I am not from Poland. I am unable to pronounce that name as correctly without a little bit more practice. But Team KB, they will be playing against Team Soundless. These will be our teams in the grand finals, a best of 7, with first pick going over. I will just let them know I'm ready quickly. First pick and map pick going over to the members of KB. As you can see, we're starting off with KB banning out Sky Temple. Soundless removed Tomb of the Spider Queen. KB just opted to take us as our first map to Volskaya Foundry, which we are already underway. This is the Nexus Forces Tournament from Heroes Lounge. And we are getting underway. Let's do this! Best of 5 to finish out Nexus Forces. Let us get this going. With Team KB, first pick, first ban having come from the upper bracket. They watch the last games, they take out Vala. Enough of this! It's OP! It's not OP. It's strong. It is strong. The Vala is solid. You have to build a comp around dedicated on the Vala for it to be strong, but that's not the worst thing. Alrighty, KB. With the Medivh band, Lucio is still up, so is Uther. Kerrigan too. This isn't the best Kerrigan map, but it can still be played here. They take out the Uther. That does leave the Lucio, which Soundless have banned out pretty consistently. There we go. Taking that out of action, not wanting to deal with it. KB, quick Varian pickup. No worries there. Varian being picked up pretty often, pretty early these days. Second time we've seen Varian in the early pick areas. So we see Cassia Malfurion. Soundless still happy with that Malfurion, but in this case, bringing out the Cassia with it. Looking good already. See that Rexar pretty early on, stealing that away from Hydra. Nice to see there, KB. Trying to shut down Sounds a bit here. Maybe we will even see a Diablo ban as well. Trying to limit it that way, or a Stitches ban. Anduin is removed. Anduin plus Varian or Rex or even Sylvanas. A light bomb could be very hard to deal with. And it kinda hints at Soundless wanting that Stitches. There's the very sensible ban. Thank you for gifting 3 subs to the community, Typhoon Hawk. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Mixin, Judo Chop, and, oh yeah, that name. Brooksfags. I got nothing. I'm afraid your name is hard to pronounce. I am sorry. We see Leoric coming in once again for Hydra. It's a solid choice. It's Ice Cream. Busted out the Arthurs. That's fun. Solid way to deal with Varian. He tries to move in. You're going to deny a little bit of value with that slow. Their hard engage is a little bit lesser, though. So, what do we see from them? Alarak Whitemane coming in for KB. Solid lineup here. That silence could be really hard to deal with, especially for a hero like Arthur's, who doesn't really have the mobility to avoid such a move. And that Whitemane, with no hard CC engaged, Gonna be very hard to pin down. Stuck mostly with Root and the Entomb. Soundless to get some poke in. White Mage does not specialize against poke, so Cassia and Chromie together gonna make it a little bit harder to deal with. Very cool. Very cool indeed. The Alarak White Mane is solid. I really think that's a good idea, especially for the objective fights, but that Chromie is a smart last pick considering. Let's see if they can do it. Can they close this out? Can I pronounce that team name? I have already pronounced it earlier on. I already pronounced it before we went too far into it, but I think you'll find it's pronounced
Krykliwy Brzask.
Yes, exactly like that. With my real voice. Krykliwy Brzask. It's the best I can do. We're calling them Team KB because I will botch that in a cast. I'm not making any illusions that I can do it correctly. I am not able to do it correctly. I have made an attempt because I respect the team and I want to try and give them the best I can give. But if I say that in a cast, I'm going to botch their name and do them a disservice. So for now, for the cast, they will be Team KB. Let's jump in. Speaking of the cast. Speaking of the devil, on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it will be Team KB with Arion. Going to be playing on Arion 70, playing on that Sylvanas. Sesamos will be playing the Alarak. Cease your movement. Mimikyu will be on that Varian Ritsu. Ritsu will be playing that Rexar. And I'm very flustered by not knowing the name correctly. Viasker will be playing that White Mane. On the right-hand side, we're going to be seeing Soundless with Hydra. SW Hydra once again on that Leoric Falander on Chromie Shamsic. On the Malfurion Sour Ice Cream on Arthas. And Nedope will be playing the Cassia. Let's get this going. KB came in from the upper bracket. As such, they got map pick and first pick here. Let's see what they can do at the start of this game. So Ice Cream shut down a little bit here before he could get any engaging. He went for Frost Presses. It already has 2 stacks, though. Not a bad start. Might of the Banshee Queen. Lion's Maw, 3 stacks. We have Pity the Frail and Extended Lightning for Sesamos. Very interesting. Very rare that we see that talent these days, but we're seeing it pop in once again, giving them their own little bit of poke. Ossium Renewal for the Leoric. Cooldown reduction on Pity the Frail, going to be very solid here once they get that damage reduction. Mimikyu just clearing out for the moment, stack it up. Camps being started by both teams, healer and damage dealer. Picking that up. I know Ritsu because I've already cast them before. But now I can't remember which one was correct. I think it's Hutzao, if I'm not mistaken. But I've cast them before. Open division, baby. HGC. Focus coming in, and also Hero Sound. Other Hero Sound stuff seen them in. So Ice Cream picks that up. Taunt picked up, but Varian's going to eat a lot of damage while setting up for it. Great silence onto that Arthas, who has the heal pulse, has to drop it immediately as First Blood is picked up by KB. Yes, Rutzau, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that one is the correct one. Hydra going to be Wraith walking away. Nedope clearing out the minions as best they can. We'll go for a Mercenary Queen. Turret upgrades for Arion. Very powerful on this map. Those turrets on the objectives can be very strong. A little bit of Siege from the Chromie, who's gone for a Time Walker's Pursuit, Time Trouble's proper greeting. A more normal start here. Nothing too out the ordinary. 3 stacks negative charged. 1 stack of Extend Lightning. 1 out of 3. Not bad. Has already hit 5 heroes. The pressure is being applied by Soundless, playing a little bit more aggressively at this stage. They get the channel. In the bot lane, we have our coolest and most attractive players. They give up screen time so that we can have experience, as Jinxie Cat would say, and she is correct. Although, there is a gank, so they're getting their screen time here as we see the kill onto the Rexar. Shamsic's trying to stay alive, tanking through another good route. So Ice Cream popping off here, landing another route here. Nicely done. Arian pushing into the top lane a little bit more with that Merc Queen, trying to capitalize. His team isn't here yet. His team are currently respawning, so backing away. Still in range for at least a couple of those Merc Queens, so it's getting a little bit of extra damage out of it. Will there be a counter engage? Up to 64% right now for Soundless. They lost a little bit of percentage because they decided to run it down and try and get kills. Another telekinesis onto Sir Ice Cream, but tanking through. We have that intercession now, that Lost Soul, classic DPS output. Another Willing Vessel. This is apparently becoming more popular as well. Route into Slowing Sands. Mimikyu having a real hard time with the whole moving thing right now. Rexar denying the objective over and over with Misha. But how many more times can she eat those hits? Caught in the root, focus down. Misha is taken out. That will be the first protector. Going over to Soundless. Shamsic wanting to get in, but not committing yet. So Ice Cream will be the other one inside. Hydra split soaking. Rutzau just clearing out. Putting on a little bit of pressure. Nice little rocket punch. Was able to hit Vaiska there. Mimikyu taking a little bit of damage. Nothing hyper aggressive. We've gone for that applied force on that Alarak. A little bit of extra telekinesis range. They really want to try and catch people with that. And they do. Good telekinesis. Shield coming out from the Protector, living up to its name as Nenepi able to back away and survive. Even turns around for Sylve. The turret unable to finish the job. Sylve dropping her turret to try and finish that kill. Unable to do so. Entomb was burned on Rutzau, but Rutzau able to get away. Level 10 already available for Soundless. We saw that in Tomb. Tranquility, Ball Lightning. Arthur's yet to pick. It's probably ghouls, let's be honest. But it could not be. It could not be. It's ghouls. It's ghouls. But it could have not been. Level 10 now available for KB as well. Wailing Arrow, Warbringer, the Unleash the Boars. Divine Reckoning, interestingly enough. Heal Pulse already dropped, Wailing Arrow onto the backline, but the Tranquility was activated first. Gets the healing output there as they try to tank their way through, pushing their way onto the point. Sir Ice Cream is sustaining through with the ghouls, the Divine Reckoning. They were all able to stand outside it and avoid the damage as the turret is picked up by Mimikyu, taking it down. Whitemane traded as the bear goes down too. They will get Cassia on the way out though, and are looking for more. Shamsic, great sidestep to dodge the first strike. Great route by Sir Ice Cream to grab the second kill. Healing from Shamsic to try and keep him alive. So Ice Cream dropped low. Great route as they get away. 2 for 1. Man, never mind. There's the 2. 2 for 2. Mimikyu able to get away. Advantage taken. Current kill count 3 to 5. Down goes Hydra. Kill count evened up again. Looking for more. Kill count in favor. If they can get Mimikyu, also Ice Cream. And the kill count is won by KB. Making their way back into the game with that kill. Very nicely done. Getting themselves a little bit of an advantage. A little bit of momentum. This is still only game number 1. Remember, if you're enjoying, consider dropping a subscription or a donation. Casting, it's not the most fruitful of efforts in Heroes these days when it comes to being paid. Luckily, Heroes Lounge are supporting me for this. Thank you to them and the sponsor for today. But obviously, any support is very welcome, so that I can afford my terrible habit, my terrible addictions that are food and shelter. We're seeing the camps being picked up by both teams, already grabbed by the side of KB. Rexar making their way back down to bot, getting a little bit of XP. While this is happening, as 13 is hit for Soundless. Seeing that nature swiftness, Malfurion trying to keep themselves safe. Chromie's already had her timeout for a little bit here. Level 13 on the other side as well. Cold Embrace. They want that kill potential. A little bit of armor reduction will help with that. Mortal Strike. Fantastic double root with that shattered armor on the Arthas. Leo, Spectral Leech, standard stuff. Mortal Wound, the Subjugation. This will be comboed with the Chain Punishment later on. Alarak, going with the Rite of Rakshir, looking to target people down. I wonder who they'll target. Who is going to be the person who will die the most? Everything else pretty normal here. Telekinesis not used because they went for the Discord Strike first. Hydra focus down. Down he goes. Rite of Rakshir came off onto them there, so Hydra becomes a stack. Sesabos looking good. Up to 2 stacks now. Up to Extended Lightning. Has yet to hit 3 heroes in a single line, though. Positioning taken by KB, but Soundless still contesting. Still fighting. Rushing forward, looking for Sarah Ice Cream. Also Ice Cream dropped the turret. No, they won't. Just the ghouls for now as they take out the bear, and Tomb finds no one, but they keep chasing forward. Arian already rolling out Wailing Arrow to try and guarantee the escape. They dodge the root. Mimikyu cleansed out of the root with the intercession as they were caught in the path of the root with that level 1 talent of Arthas being stacked up. They turn their attention onto Hydra for the focus. Get the kill with the Discord Strike as the taunt on the backline. Great wraparound by Mimikyu, but they're not looking like they're going to be able to get that kill, so they turn their attention onto Arthas, who stepped up to tank, and that is going to be a great counter kill. Positioning taken by KB. Mimikyu is eating so many hits. Going with that Warbringer versus the Chromie means he is eating a lot of Sandblasts without the ability to just tank through them with the Protected. Mimikyu even going to port out here. Full mana, but no health. Just going to reset. Let's Arian take over the positioning there instead. Roxar down in this bottom lane. Still just clearing out the minions. As we do see on the other side, a siege camp, a fortification camp, sorry, being picked up by Soundless. Want to make sure that if they re-engage, they have everything they possibly could. The Protector already been picked up. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of push onto the top lane. A lot of time we will see teams rotating down to bot lane, but it doesn't really look like KB are in a position to do that. They don't have enough of an advantage to just massively push in, and they don't want to waste too much Protector time. So as such, the top lane shall be bullied. Now, will they go for bot lane as their second rotation, or will they focus on this mid lane? Good Wraithwalk by Hydra. As I mid lane is the name of the game. Obviously, the third objective is down in bottom lane. This is where KB could try and gain some value by pushing in the bottom lane and trying to capitalize on that objective by maybe going for a keep or an end as the routes to the backline. So Ice Cream coming in deep. Level 16 available for both teams as they push on forward. So Ice Cream is popped again. Arthas just not having enough sustain to deal with this once that Wailing Arrow comes out. The level 16, we can see Arthas went for that Remorseless Winter, an extra bit of root here, but it's not enough to save the day. Taunt onto Cassia, Bear Stun not available. Good root by Shamzik to enable them to turn that around. Ball Lightning comes out, gets reset. Entomb onto the support, trying to focus down, but it's only Leoric in there. In a 4 versus 5, they can't find the kill. No one able to follow up thanks to the zoning. Taunt, stun, focus. Hydra not hit by the Discord Strike, but is hit by the Varian. Hydra taken out. They trade out the bear for it. But KB starting to gain momentum. They take a solid lead in this series. It's not over yet, though. It's still only game number 1. This game isn't over. Soundless, they've shown they had the potential to make their way back in. Those Chromie shots from Falander landing very aggressively. So Ice Cream trying to make his way to the point, cannot do so. They were using Hydra's vision to allow Chromie to siege in and try and buy time. But without Leoric, they just don't have the sustain to turn that round. Siege Camp is available. Will be started by Arian. Once again, has that Merc Queen. You want the value. Siege Camp is grabbed by Soundless. Siege is available for the side of KB as well. But they're not going to do much more. Camp is taken. Counter fortification camp for Soundless. Getting themselves a little bit of zoning. As wave clear is the name of the game for KB, keeping themselves safe for the moment. It looks like we did see Alarak finish that extend lightning. Was able to gain all that extra damage. Lightning barrage coming in as well. A little bit of a free extra cast if he hits multiple heroes in the center of the lightning. Misha staying safe. There's Mimikyu playing very aggressive. Looks like they're trying to fight maybe pre-20. They're rotating so aggressively. But they are a level away from 20, whereas Soundless are 2 levels away from 20. This is one of the first times we have seen Soundless behind in all the games we've seen today. How do they fight from this position? They need to soak experience, of course. That's why we're seeing Hydra just clearing lanes as fast as possible. Also helps him stack that Mithril Mace. Get an extra permanent attack speed. So Ice Cream now playing aggressively. Now they're trying to get that pre-20 fight, which is slowly being soaked towards Rexar and Misha soaking bot lane. Varian currently soaking top lane very safely while still mounted. How are Soundless going to deal with this? They've basically lost their opportunity to fight because KB just aren't giving it to them. Creep on a little bit further forward. Root does land. Telekinesis, Sesamos. Tanks the damage. Not enough to capitalize. Level 20. Hit by KB. Immediate retreat out of Soundless. They're a level away. They're gonna probably have to eat another protector. Leo's doing his best to try and mitigate this. Hello, Alanade. Long time no see. This is in fact today an EU-friendly streamer. We see that Bolt of the Storm for Sylv. Glory to the Alliance. Root from the Sylv has to immediately win at the Forsaken to avoid getting slept. Kill command. The Judgment Day. So much potential and deadly charge. Judgment Day plus deadly charge actually sounds really terrifying. Third of a level left. Hydra really trying their best to soak in every inch of experience to get them that little bit closer to 20. They're just not going to be able to invade this. They won't be able to defend the Protector. They will just have to, or won't be able to invade the Protector. They're just going to have to defend it. Leo gets them to 20. The Protector is activated. Buried Alive, of course. Lunar Shower, a little bit of extra damage. Infinite Ball Lightning, Unraveling an Anti-Magic Shell. Extra stain for Arthas there. Let's see what they can do. They land the root already onto Mimikyu. The Protector creeping forward. Bear Stun does not land. The Siege coming forward. Slowing Sands being sidestepped around as the sidewalls are taken out. Fort is down. So Ice Cream needing a couple of hits, but isn't burning any cooldowns. He knows it's bait. Making their way forward. They take out the bear. Sir Ice Cream looking a little low. Needs to be careful. That Drain Hope, though, burning a lot of Immortal, a lot of Protector Shield. Here comes that kill command. Wraithwalk dodges the root. Arthas in trouble. Gets the anti-magic shell off. Is tanking through the damage. It's going to be Mimikyu who's turned on first. Sir Ice Cream tanking through. Bear respawns. Entomb does not land. Telekinesis to disengage. And this will be the disengage of Team KB. Good root from Malfurion. Do they have the ability to capitalize? No. Counter-Strike is sidestepped. Beautiful use of the anti-magic shell there by Sir Ice Cream to tank through the damage. Bear comes in, but the camp will be taken. Leo takes a lot of damage. Not enough to turn into anything extra aggressive. Neither of these teams giving an inch. Soundless have successfully waited this out until their power spike. And even with Team KB being so far ahead for so long, this game has essentially moved to even footing. Hydra's just clearing out minions. Structure-wise, still definitely a solid lead for Team KB, but it's not really going to matter at this late stage of the game. Protectors, once those respawn timers start getting higher and higher, are going to start becoming harder and harder to defend. Soundless have successfully waited out the worst part of this game for them. Now it's all about winning a team fight. KB, they're in the exact same position they were earlier. Win a team fight, win the game. They can blow people up, it will be good. Leo finally making it down here to clear out this big wave of experience. Top being dealt with by KB. They're looking good for now. Neither team really wanting to do anything especially risky at this point. Mimikyu, that's a little trap. There's one fort remaining for the side of Soundless. They would love to be able to just kill that if they can. Sir Ice Cream lands a multi-man root. Good root from Shamzik as well. Arian able to creep forward. The roots are coming out from Sir Ice Cream. Has to burn that one of the Forsaken Entomb with Buried Alive. Onto the Rexar. Going to try and finish him off. Great pull in there by the White Maid. Able to turn that onto Arthas this time. The first to fall. Double stun from the bear. Hutzau is turning this around. They get the kill. Chromie killed in the bottom. The Ball Lightning to try and turn this around. There's a lot of damage coming out. The ball keeps going, but the Cassia is dead, leaving just Hydra to protect the core at this point. Focus down. A great fight from Team KB to try and set themselves up with a Game 1 lead. 40 seconds until the respawns here. This is looking like KB going to try and just run this down and end using the parry to tank the fort shots. Black arrows to disable the keep. They're making their way forward. Hydra is going to have to pull off a miracle to try and save this. Entomb is dropped to buy time. He's tanking a lot of damage here. Wraith walks through, but they just tank through all of that. Rocket Punch comes out from the core. Down goes Hydra, and game number 1 goes over to Team KB. KB will close it out here with the turret even. Mercenary Queened out by the Sylvanas. Very nicely done. They turned that in their favor. A very nice final fight to take game number 1. Team KB with a very momentum swinging fight. It only took one. In this case, a great Wailing Arrow setup. The Entomb was good. White Mane pulling in the follow-up from Leoric, so that Leoric could not join in, and everyone else was able to take out Sir Ice Cream before he was able to sustain. With that, KB take the momentum. This is a best of 5, remember. So there's plenty left to do. 15 kills to 7. KB, they were ahead for a lot of that game, but Soundless unable to close it out. Game number 1 in their favor. Sylv, 64,000 damage. Alarak, 60,000. Cassia, just pipping out Chromie there. Not bad at all. White Mane getting 6k more damage than Malfurion. Able to keep up pretty effectively here, as well as in healing. A little bit less than Malfurion, but kept up quite well. Arthur's healed his team somehow. I don't know what talent he has that does that. Is it this one? No, just heal Arthur's. It's not that one. What did Arthur... What? What did Arthas do? How did Arthas heal his team? Team, help! Oh no! How do you do it? It's not that. Because it's all just... That's all just him. Heal Arthas. Armor reduction, roots. Just immune to spell damage and healed. But that's self-healing. I am very confused how Arthas was able to heal someone else for 782. But hey. They found a way. They've only gone and done it. They have succeeded in what we didn't think might have been possible until someone in chat explains it to me. Alrighty, we already have our next one. Healing Beacon. Oh, Healing Beacon. Thank you very much. Forgot about that as an ability. Forgot that was an option. You are correct. Healing Beacon does count. Thank you very much. Solus Lux carrying the information. Alrighty, we have our next map. Just making sure that who picked it is correct. Okay. First pick. Okay. So yes, as people might have suspected, this was picked by Team KB. So we are heading to Towers of Doom as our second map. Once again, the best of 5 is what we have here in the Grand Finals of the Nexus Forces Tournament, sponsored by Tiplu. I think healing item can, but Protector Shield definitely does. Well, someone's right. We know it is the Protector or the Biotic Emitter. I'm going to go ahead and assume Biotic Emitter because I'm pretty sure Arthas is the only one who actually picked one up and used it on their team, which is why it makes sense. But hey, they found it. They did it. Players filing on in, preparing to get themselves set up. Turrets count as damage, a healing item should count as healed. Makes sense to me! Makes sense to me. 2 wins away for KB to claim victory in the Nexus Forces tournament. They've already had quite the run to get here, looking very, very solid. The teams look like they are ready. Team KB 2-1 against Go Next. 2-0 versus Dudes. 2-1 versus Intic for Ruby. And now 1-0 in this grand final. From the upper bracket, they fought their way through. Now, we head into the draft to see if they can keep this momentum going. Let's do this. Soundless on the board with first pick, first ban. Remember, everybody, if you're enjoying, consider dropping a subscription or a donation. Every little bit helps. Us casters gotta make a living. And when we're on our own stream, it helps a lot. Bad Betty, thank you very much for the raid. Viewers of Bad Betty, welcome to the Nexus Forces tournament. We have the top 4 teams. We'll wait for the raid to finish. There it goes. We had the top 4 teams from the... Sorry, we had the bottom 4 teams from Masters Clash. We had 4 teams who came through in open qualifiers, and we are down to our final 2. Soundless, the top seed from the invited Masters Clash teams, and KB, who have been able to fight their way through and have now a 1-0 lead in the Grand Finals. Vikings were banned out this time. We know Soundless love the Vikings. They played it earlier on today. As such, Uther picked up very early. And I will reiterate for the new viewers from Betty, again, welcome. I hope Betty had a lovely stream. But if you enjoy the casting today, maybe consider dropping a subscription or a donation to show your support. KB now. How do they start off? They're going to pick up the Stitches and the Lucio. The Stitches would be very scary inside of Soundless. We know Sir Ice Cream plays that very effectively. So taking that away from Soundless with also Uther already on the board. Uther would be very scary to deal with as the Stitches follow-up. Hook into stun is quite hard to counter. Greymane. And Thrall. Quite an early Thrall there. That is interesting. We don't see Thrall too often there. He's not the best double soaker either, but with an Uther, he can get a lot of value. This is a very melee-heavy team from Soundless. Stitches doesn't offer the most peeling. Thrall has some percentage damage, so if they can maybe just run past Stitches, that might be the play. We'll see how that works for him. KB. Taking out the Abatha. And Cassia will be removed as well. Cassia would have been a great follow-up as well. Solid extra damage. One of the other fantastic ranged assassins that are still available. If we're looking at like traditional Stitches follow-ups, Malfurion would be good, so potentially a double support, but with no Valor available. There is also the Kael'thas as a classic, old-fashioned one that could still potentially get some decent value here. Sylvanas is still available and would still be good, and we do see Sylvanas and Dahaka. Dahaka not bad into Thrall, really comes down to who can land their CC. Dahaka has really good sustain and wave clear, but Thrall has really good dueling potential and great long-range poke. Soundless now. The Falstad and Diablo on the board. Diablo, a little bit of extra engage. They have a lot of kill potential here. The damage output for this team is insane. Thrall can kind of fill in a tankish role, so it was all right. Now finally, KB, their final pickup. They have everything they need. They could fill in whatever they want, and they go with a little bit of counter engage, a little bit of disruption. If Soundless want to group up, we'll try and punish them for it. Two heroes that can do that, Malthael and Maiev. And Maiev is what they pick up here. Enemy team engages onto us as multiple melees. We try and keep them where they are and punish them. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on this. Tough teams. Very tough teams. I like the Maiev last pick. The Maiev last pick is a really good counter to this because it really punishes their engaged potential. Just going to have a quick drink. Alrighty. We're getting ready to head into game number 2. This is a best of 5. So this will either even up the score at 1-1, or it will put a pretty solid lead in favor of Team KB with 2-0, putting them at match point. We're getting ready to load on in to game number 2 of our best of 5. Let's head on in, ladies and gentlemen, to Towers of Doom on the left-hand side. It will be Team KB with Mimikyu on the Maiev. Ooh, interesting. Sesabos on the Stitches. Arian on Sylvanas. Rutzau on the Dahaka. And we have Veska. They'll be playing on that Lucio. On the right-hand side, in the red trunks from the lower bracket, it shall be Soundless with ZW Hydra playing the Thrall. Nenepi on the Greymane. Shamzik on Uther. Sir Ice Cream playing Diablo. And Faladar going to be playing that Falstad. Let's get this going as we head on in to game number 2 of our grand finals. Let's get this going. We have a look at some of these level 1 talents. There's of course going to be that Rolling Thunder, good for the 1v1 here. Dahaka, Enduring Swarm, wants to be able to brawl in that late game. This one allows him to go very far in. Sesabos bringing out the Patchwork Creation here. Great combo. Dahaka is absolutely bodied, picked off by Falstad in the end. Sesabos has gone for that Patchwork Creation here, which is really going to help him in the late game be impossible to kill. It can combo it with the Putrid Bile build, which basically makes him so hard to kill. And when he does die, it just revives every fight. It's a fantastic build, very hard to deal with. Going to be starting off our other level 1 talents, the Soul Shield for the Diablo. Wave of Flight, standard stuff for a main support Uther in this case. Doesn't want that zappy, brawly build. Dahaka currently left alone up in top lane. Thrall will be making their way up, but has a friend. Where's the root? Root's landed. Immediate burrow. To avoid a good drag onto towers with the minions. Gets the kill. Runsau with the counter kill. First kill for KB. Outplayed. All I got, outplayed. As we see bot lane push it in. Both teams with Sapper Caps positioning advantage for KB here. Nicest Memento getting a little bit of harassment there. Falstad flies back in from the Hall of the Storms. They're going to try and halt the Sappers before they make it to the towers. 1 makes it in. 2 and 2. Last one dies. Tether pulling them in to Sesabos, who's doing a little bit of extra DPS there. Charge from Sir Ice Cream lands the stun, but there's no follow-up. Talent advantage currently available to KB, but Soundless still we're looking a little bit aggressive. Finally, they hit level 4 too. We have Hero Stalker. Nenepi pulled in. Has that Eyes in the Dark to disengage if they were able to Dark Flight at least. But nothing as of yet. Mercenary Queen. We see the Blade Dance, a little bit of extra physical AoE again. Subwoofer and Tenderizer makes its way in once again. Soundless. Taking position in the bottom lane. We'll send Shamzik back for a quick port. Hutzau still farming away. He's getting as much experience as possible. So far, it looks like Hydra is just going to be left alone here. Rudzau is just going to channel in, and Fallander will soak it away. Delays on bot lane. The name of the game. Falster can, of course, run their way in. They need to interrupt one more time, which they do. Mimikyu tethering onto Shamzik. Dahaka burrowing in as well. And with Thrall being the non-global here, they're going to be latest to the fight, but might not be needed. 3 versus 4. We see Soundless get the counter kill. As such, kill counts even up as they chase forward. Sensibles getting murdered by Fallander here. They turn their attention onto Arian. If they can land a stun, they can maybe get a kill, but they can't. No stuns left to land. Hydra to zone. And with no health, Sir Ice Cream gets the channel, and Soundless come out ahead. Even with a slower rotation, they win the fight. People down. And they get that counter kill. Falstad straight back to top lane to get experience. Dahaka in mid lane will make their way to top lane eventually. For now, a little bit zoned. Symbiosis for the Dahaka. Get that cooldown reduction. This is, of course, comboed with the armor reduction later on. You get the cooldown reduction from level 7, the extra duration from level 1, and therefore you basically have it up permanently, meaning everyone gets permanent armor reduction as long as you are standing on top of them. Secret weapon again for a Falstad, Diabolical Momentum for Diablo with Sacrificial Soul. Fantastic route from Hydra, who seems to have taken over the 4-man as Falstad has entered into off-lane duty. Merc Queen making it a little harder to clear these guys. They're doing a little bit more damage. Hydra pulled in, but just turns around again. Here comes Mimikyu, tether and pull. Hydra dropping low, as Cesibos, though, also trading a lot of health for this, and Cesibos being the one to fall. Everyone sidesteps the drag tongue as they turn it round. Rudzau trying to set them up, so Ice Cream knows that their life has come to an end. Trying to give their life to the team, but they turn around to help. Down goes Thrall. Numbers taken by KB, and with Black Arrows, they're looking for more. Black Arrow's the 3rd left. They were able to get a 3rd of the fort down. Falstad flying in, seeing if they can capitalize and punish. They cannot. Nothing else really to get here. Single altar phase. Mimikyu slowly being healed up by Lucio. We once again have that serrated edge tenderizer style. Says the boss poking away. Even Rudzau comes on in here. They deny the channel for the moment. Hydra making their way in. Falstad, the only one not to arrive yet in this fight. With level 10 just around the corner for both teams. They try to set this up. Fallander comes in. Thrall leaves. Excuse me. Looks like they might just be willing to just let this one go. And in fact, they back away. Channel comes out from Mimikyu. As level 10 is hit slightly quicker for KB, which is why we see the retreat out of Soundless. Isolation. Oh, Hydra. Oh, Hydra. Be very careful on that rotation. We'll stay alive this time. We have Gust and Divine Shield. The classic Apocalypse Earthquake combo. High 5, but remember, he can't pick Mixing Fire. Warden's Cage and Putrid Bile. Pull them all in. Pull them into the Sludge Pit. Fallander just clearing away. Trying to keep his team up in experience as they fell a little bit behind there. Keep it going for now. So Ice Cream slamming away. He needs more souls. Did die a little bit earlier. Currently up to 23. And the teams seem to have pacified out a bit. Sensibles is just looking for hooks at this stage. Nothing too aggressive. Nothing too crazy. Just Sapper camps being picked up. A little bit of extra pressure. Again, advantage over the KB here as they've already started pushing and have Merc Queen. Root lands, but counter hook. Warden's Cage for the counter play with Wailing Arrow immediately dropped onto the back line, but the Warden's Cage is good. Gust forces Stitches away. Apoc does not land on anyone. The Divine Shield keeping Thrall in this fight, brawling away. The burrow from Rudzau allows Lucy to come back in and knock him back. No one dies. Every heroic was used in that fight and no one died. Good job by Mimikyu. Dragged by Rudzau. Turn around from Sir Ice Cream. And finally, a kill in this fight. Looking for more. Looking for Cesibos. Trying to force them to die. Trying to force the kill. High fives no longer available. Cesibos dropped low. Finished off by the cocktail. Counter pull, though. Tether by Mimikyu. Able to get the counter kill there. 2 for 1. but 2 is still more than 1. And as such, Soundless, they're going to be able to get the channel. There is one more Ultra available. Still a slight man advantage until Dahaka can make it here. And charge onto Mimikyu. And the channel. Not interrupted here. Double channel for Soundless. And Sir Ice Cream still looking very aggressive here. Will be forced finally to back up at Hydra, dodging the drag of Rutzau. Couple pings made there. Pulling on in to Falstad, quick cleanse as the barrel roll comes out, making sure they escape. Hook sidestepped by Hydra, very nice. Nenepe going to be backing all the way up. With that Eyes in the Dark, going to be very hard to pin down. As Falender makes the most of the range advantage, immediately heads up to top lane, and now has that percentage damage from sustained wins. Going to cause many issues for Dahaka trying to sustain. 13 hit on the other side as well, though. KB, Sesabos going to be able to get that extra hook range. We have Cold Embrace once again, armor reduction for kills. Plus even more from that Primal Swarm, as predicted. And Stitches, the meat hook. Extra healing this time with basic attacks, refreshing the duration. Stitches going to sustain themselves with hooking power. Has a little bit of armor here, not too much. Still looking to attack, already dropping out the Putrid Bile. Hook lands, healing 20% of the health. Apoc coming out. Gust forces them into it. Camp is stolen, but waiting out, the isolation onto Uther means the healing output just isn't really there. Hydra trying to tank forward. Hook doesn't land. Rutzau taken out as first, though. Mimikyu being focused down. Hydra is popping off here. Uther finally falls, but that's good, honestly, for Soundless, as they get that bonus ghost healing. They come out ahead in terms of the trade once again, 2 for 1. NFP dodging the hook. It's a lot of damage from Arian, though. Hydra, uncontested, gets the shots. 20 to 32. Currently in favor of Soundless, looking to get themselves back into this series. Waves being cleared out. Hook lands absolutely gorgeously. Knockback is perfectly dodge timed by Falender, but Falender has nowhere to go, so he's just trying to get a kill 1v1. Unable to do so, no 1v1 is respected here. Vaiska gets the help of Arian, and they get the kill. The power of Stitches. It only needs one hook to turn a fight very heavily in your favor. Mimikyu pushing forward, pressuring best they can. Rutzau getting more experience, soak it away. So we see a bit of a push onto the bottom lane. Tether onto Sir Ice Cream, trying to trap him. Hydra from the side, though, of a wonderful flank. Good damage, Wailing Arrow, but in comes Dahaka. Earthquake has to be dropped. Fantastic drag into the Divine Shield, and we are seeing Hydra attacking through. Falender arrives. Gust for disengage, immediately dropped. They realize that that was not looking good for them. Get everyone out of here. Very smart play. Very well executed. Hook. Max rage onto Nenepe. Nenepe focused down, nowhere to go, isn't in wolf form, so no Eyes in the Dark. Gets taken out. Very, very nicely done. We're going to see that bot bell tower taken with the black arrows. Hook sidestepped once again, more percentage damage with that alpha wolf. I'm going to see a channel trade up in top. Falender gets that. Sir Ice Cream going to delay the channel on the left. But this is going to be a 2 for 1. He's literally just buying time.
What? I mean, I knew I could do that. I've opened my tunnel as well.
Center tunnel opens. No sneaky boss attempt from KB, who are creeping back into this game. Already 1-0 up in this best of 5, mate. Look to close this out as they keep up the pressure. Good route by Hydra. But now this is a bad position for Soundless to be in. One hook. This game could be really hard to come back from. If Sensibos could farm them in this position, it could be bad. So Ice Cream in position for counter engages as well. Both these teams want to try and make something here. Stitches now has that digestive juices. Cooldown reduction and damage reduction. It's making Stitches so hard to kill.
You will pay for your arrogance.
They keep the pressure going. Sapper Camp with Merc Queen. Small little hook onto Sir Ice Cream. Warden's Cage is here. Sir Ice Cream just tanking through. Fallander arrives. Wailing Arrow and Cursed Bullet both drop. Sylvanas gets that Will of the Forsaken off and is able to retreat here. Hook onto Hydra. Immediate D-Shield Gust. Both being used at the same time. Potentially losing value of one or the other. But Soundless survive. They have extra bodies. Ambitious Hook finds nothing. KB keeping momentum as they make their way into that bottom lane. Another Sapper Camp. Again, quick defense set up by Soundless. Falstad desperately trying to keep them in soak. Needs to get them to 20 as fast as possible. Double Alter Phase. Both up in top lane. Stitch's Hook could ruin this. Shamzik and Nenepi cutting it close, living on the edge. Looks like Falstad is going to try and trade, but will be delayed and interrupted by Mimikyu. And with Dahaka up here as well, this is bad news. Shots already taken. Core health is evened up with this altar still to go. It looks like KB are still going to let it go. Even with the advantage they have here, they decide to let it go and not look for a fight. Boss being taken by Soundless. This is setting them up to potentially get a huge lead. Massive root is landed onto Rutsao. Gust is used, guarantees the boss. And they're down to 10 health. Soundless picking up a great boss there. Hook just short of landing onto Fallander there. And KB, they had a really solid... They were getting themselves back in it, but with that sneaky boss attempt, Soundless are starting to extend a small lead here. Charge. Lucio in serious trouble. What a blow-up. So insane. And Mimikyu as well. Maiev getting dropped here. Isolation onto the backline. They want something. They need something. But Runsao's all that's left. And that might just be it. KB just lost all the advantage they had, dropping 3 members in that one fight. Level 20 about to be hit by Soundless. They're getting bot back. That's a good hook, though. If Arian can finish that off, get the kill. D-Shield shuts it down. Greymane's pushing out bot lane, trying to get them back in this. They have Sappers, another good hook. Can they keep them in place? Trying to focus Ice Cream. Focus Ice Cream. He's trying to tank. Stitches is in serious trouble. It's a trade 1-for-1. But remember, Diablo has souls. Diablo will return. Stitches will not. That's such a staggered death. 50 seconds until the main tank of KB comes back. Main tanking is now on Maiev duty, as this is going to be lethal unless they can interrupt one of these altars. Portal used by Mimikyu. They're just going to commit everything to mid because that's where they can group up the best. Mimikyu getting stunned out. Greymane already poking away. Bot shots already taken by Soundless. 5 health left. KB, it's do or die. 5v4. Mimikyu make that 5v3 as they're picked off. Gust with Wind Tunnel says game over. And Soundless take game number 2 and even up the score. Able to close that out. Fantastic kills. Very nicely done at the end there by Soundless, closing this out and evening up the score in this game number 2. 1-1 in this best of 5. What a performance. Gaining the momentum they needed, crushing through the members of KB. Those final kills. The Warden's Cage comes out and they just don't care. It all started with that Lucio kill. Second that Lucio kill came out, everyone is panicking, trying to get the turnaround, but they're just being focused down one by one. Soundless found their focus fire and turned it into a victory. With no cleanse available, it was a very convincing push. Soundless, they even up the score. We're at 1-1 in this best of 5. So at minimum, 2 games left. At maximum, 3 games left. We'll see who is able to get the lead. We're just waiting to see what the next map will be. Before we jump on in, we now know what the next map is. So I will sort that for you while you guys have a look at the talents. Anything strike your interest there? Let me know in the chat. And we wait for a lobby to open. Alrighty. Of my personal interest, I like the fact that we did still see standard talents from the Thrall these days. These are pretty normal. This is pretty normal stuff. But I like that we are seeing more of the Alpha Wolf. It's becoming very popular these days. It's fun to see. A little bit of extra damage and a little bit of extra rooting. Very good for killing heroes like Stitches. So I suppose didn't go for the full tank build I expected, but was still very, very tanky and hard to deal with. It was fun to see. Alrighty. With that, our lobby is made, so let's show you where we're going next. We are heading to Battlefield of Eternity as our third map, selected by Soundless, as KB wanted to opt back to first pick. Remember, our banned maps are Sky Temple and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Also, obviously, the map list you see at the bottom there isn't 100% accurate. It's just unfortunately what I had made at the time, and I forgot to check the map pool to change it in time. So ignore the maps at the bottom. You'll just see what is picked as it comes up. This is the Nexus Forces tournament. The lobby is beginning to file in and fill up as we will prepare for map number 3. I hope you're as excited as I am. This has already been a very, very fun series. And already a very, very fun game. Both these teams have the potential to take it all. The question is, who is going to take it in the end? I'm excited. I hope you all are. And if you're enjoying yourselves, remember to leave a subscription or a donation. Where's my camera over here now? There we go. Oh no, you saw my laundry basket. You know I'm not doing my laundry right now. I'm casting games. Ah, no. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely rubbish. You also notice I don't exist in a background that is somehow just green. Wonderful. Alrighty. The teams are filing in. Remember, if you do want to support, subscriptions or donations are very appreciated. Casting is very hard work, but very fun, very rewarding. But I do this at content creation and stuff like that, and also esports and advisory stuff as a job. It doesn't pay a huge amount because everything's closed and just not doing anything right now. But I'm doing my best. I'm looking for other jobs as well at this point. So any subscriptions and donations help me keep focusing on casting at least a little bit during that time, instead of having to hard focus onto something else and having to get a day-to-day job, as it were. I'm still trying to look for something within esports as best I can too. But we're doing our best. Today is a good day to do laundry, I heard. Today is a terrible day to do laundry. There's casting to do. We can't do laundry while we're casting. It's against the rules. Players are already in the lobby, so I think we're going to be good to go very shortly. We have a ready from Soundless. Do we have a ready from the other team? Crown and ready. Looks like we have a ready from both teams. You like my bottle? I love it. Oh no, my butterflies! They've been eaten by the green screen! Ah, no! Absolute disaster. Alright, we're going to be getting ready. Yeah, don't need to ask me. Caster R. What was that? Something just fell off. It was a pen. Cool. Alrighty. I think we're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let us load on in to game number 3 of this best of 5 series. Who is going to take the lead? Because no matter what, someone has to. The score is even. If you can't hear anything, I apologize. Give me a moment. It's because I am doing a thing. Doing a thing. Da-da. Sorry, I'm doing something on the back end, which is why there's no sound. So we're going to see Uther banned out. Was a little strong last time. Escaped death too many times. The Vala is banned out once more. Very strong, very tough to deal with. Chromie removed as well. Very strong burst damage. And Varian picked up as well as a solid final ban. The Varian's been early picked in a lot of these games. Just seems to be really popular these days. Makes a lot of sense. Going to be seeing Sonya as our first pickup here. Alright, hang on. Nearly done. Malfurion and Li Ming. Okay, that's solid extra little bit of burst to start off with. The Sonya is already very scary for that top lane. I'm quite surprised we didn't see an early Rexar from Hydra to counter that, because Rexar is very, very good there. There we go. Alright, we're fixed. Now you have sounds. My apologies. Tracer and Anduin. We haven't seen Anduin in a little bit, but of course, Light Bomb Leap classic combo could be very effective here. And the Tracer. Very high damage output with both Li Ming and Malfurion having a little bit of trouble with Tracer. Could be punished very effectively if Arian's able to keep that aggression going. We see the Garrosh removed. Garrosh would have been a great follow-up here as well. Don't even need the leap if you have a Garrosh. Just throw Light Bomb. KB now. With Li Ming, Malfurion on the board. What is worth banning? Tracer's out. You've already got rid of Varian. They take out Diablo, the other point-and-click stun hero. Soundless now. Cassia and Thrall. Okay. Solid plan. Solid plan. The Cassia. Really good damage output. The Thrall. Very effective last game. Had some good DPS. They could land that route onto Tracer. Could be good. If not, zapping away could give them some great harassment. Maybe even a Crash Lightning Thrall. The percentage damage would be really good for the top lane, but they could still Crash Lightning. It's not out of the question. Alarak makes a return with Thrall on the board. Silence him out. You get a really good turnaround. That 4-man Alarak with stacking zaps. Working well for him last time. Soundless. Final pickup. They need a main tank. With Mei on the line. How do they deal with that? Varian's out. Garrosh, Diablo are all out. They go back to the Stitches. They have Malfurion. So they have most of the tools they need. Li Ming's not a great follow-up for Stitches hooks, but can get good value. Calamity could get a really good amount of burst here. Obviously, the Arcade Orb won't get too much value, but the Magic Missiles will. We'll see if it's enough for him. I think I like Soundless's draft. No, I think I like KB's draft more. I think they have a little bit more ability to counter. A little bit more ability to shut down the moves of Soundless here, with the fact that the Trace is going to be so hard to pin down, especially as the main tank is now Stitches, who is obviously not going to be easy to kill. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for him. But it's not undoable. It is 100% doable. I'm trying to tidy up my hair a bit here. It is an absolute mess. Whatever. Guess that's staying like that. Whatever. It's fine. Not bothered. We have a game. Let's get on into it in these grand finals. On the left-hand side, it shall be Team KB from the upper bracket. Mimikyu on Mei. Sesabos on Alarak. Arion on Tracer. And we have Vieska on that Anduin. Finally leaving Rutsau up in the top lane on that Sonya. Royer too. Thank you very much for the sub. Very appreciated. On the right, we have Soundless in the red. Coming from the lower bracket, we have ZW Hydra on the Thrall. Shamzik on Malfurion, Sir Ice Cream on Stitches, Falander on Cassia, and Nedapi will be busting out that Li Ming. Let's get this going. I'm Tetcher, I am your caster. We're starting off with overwhelming power. 40% attack speed and self-sustain on the attacks. Alarak going for a brawly style this time. Very interesting. Slam build Sonya, percentage damage Thrall, no crash lightning craziness. A little bit of shots traded back and forth. For the moment, nothing too aggressive. Tracer just poking away at Sir Ice Cream. That parting gift. Good hook, though. They predicted it. The sleep still comes out. Arian making it away. Falander tries to land the Lightning Fury, but it's not enough. Nicely done, though. The predictions with the Emerald Dream into hook. Setting that up very well. Arian needs to be very careful. So Ice Cream does get rooted. Has Patchwork Creation, though. 50% bonus healing, so Malfurion heals are going to be really good. Force Armor for the Li Ming, trying to protect to get some of this burst. And Anduin starting off with the Power Word Shield this time. And try and protect the team that way. Send the Power Word Shield off to Tracer, might get some value. Speaking of Tracer, rotating to top lane. Grutzau is finding out why it's kind of hard to find a Thrall sometimes, because percentage damage really hurts. Here comes Tracer. That's going to be enough to save Grutzau, but not enough to do too much to Hydra. Bot Siege was, of course, already taken by Soundless with the man advantage. They pile on the pressure. Counter Siege will be started. Hydra can see he's outnumbered here, but health bars are looking the best here. Arian and Grutzau going to be backing away. The rotation. Soundless decide to come up here and steal this camp as well, leaving Li Ming to clear down in bot lane. Camp is taken. Nothing KB can do about it. They rotate up to try and help clear it, but overall, Soundless appear to be rotating a little bit more aggressively. Hook does not land. They've once again got that Tenderizer. Heading on in. Hydra stunned out. Whirlwind to try and shut him down, but Hydra tanks through. Again, another person lives on basically no health. KB just refusing to die at this stage. Another Blizzard Telekinesis to hold them inside it. The classic Mei Alarak combo. Tracer pulled in. Immediately blinking back. Has that pulse generator now. Yeah, and a 25% health heal. Pretty nice. Bruiser camp started by Soundless. KB choose to start race first. We have that Triumvirate for Li Ming. Poke away at the Immortal, poke away at the enemies. And it's defense positions for Soundless. Li Ming is poking the Immortal, while also soaking bot lane. But it looks like this is a full defensive style for Soundless with just one person racing. Chaos reigns for that Alarak. Going for stacking damage here. What a shame, going to be pushed in. Tracer recalling out of danger, able to avoid the hook. Li Ming was forced to retreat a bit, though. Immortal still very much in favor right now of KB. So they took a bit more of a head start, but they did go for a little bit more of a fight there, and as such are losing a little bit of that lead. They try to focus onto Hydra, who backs away. Silent onto Sir Ice Cream, tanking through. Stun in the Immortal range, and the pull does not land. Hook on the counter, looking for Cesabots with no Leap of Faith available. It was already used here. Massive Discord Strike is good. Hydra barely alive, knocked back by the Immortal. Cesabots is out of position. It's a reset for Li Ming. Still low on the Immortal. Somehow not the halftime show, as Falander's going to start setting that up. Finally able to hit the halftime show. Soundless back in. Aggressive positions, so they're just going to be able to try and race this. Everyone's respawning from the side of KB, though. Their race is pretty good with Sonya, but not enough. Alarak does start the Bruiser camp, though. Risky play. Will we see Soundless try anything? No. They're going to let it go. Soundless just leaving that. We once again have that Serrated Edge, Ancestral Wrath, Calamity, knock over Seeker race build. Nature's Cure, no surprise there. Surge of Light. On the other side, Wrath of the Battle Rage. Quick burst of healing, locked and loaded, of course. Skating away, and Dissonance. Full Discord Strike build for Sesamos. Very cool. 2 Alarak games, 2 Alarak builds, 1 Alarak death. As they're able to find the perfect hook, immediately blow them up. Thrall does get stunned and actually gets targeted by the fort as well because his lightning there, his chain lightning hit a hero. Oh, Nenopy! Nenopy! That was filthy! Solid kill coming in there. Soundless keeping up the momentum. Trying to close this out as best they can. The Immortal goes down. Hydra and Fallander looking for a siege camp in top lane. Rest of their team in bot lane. Soundless have huge momentum here. A 1-level lead. And they're trying to keep it. Try to abuse it. Extend it. Hydra being chased down. Doesn't land the root. Avoids the stun. And will get out of there. Telekinesis instead used onto Cassia, who's in full retreat, dodging one. Surge of Light, huge damage, stays in the fight to keep them baited so her team can arrive. Faladin looks for more, but the hook comes out to an already gone target. Leap of Faith, getting them out of danger. Level 10, available for Soundless first though. We have Earthquake, Putrid Bile, Wave of Force, Tranquility, and the Valkyrie. Hook. Onto Alarak, telekinesis to get out of danger. Malfurion, spam pinging. Where was the root on that one, buddy? They continue to siege. They have 1 siege camp left. Valkyrie denied by the fountain. Putrid Bile being burned. They're just diving underneath this. Hydra is taking a couple of the hits as they push on forward. Alarak dropped low and they wipe him out, resetting the sadism again. Also taking out May in the process. The minion wave will run out, so they will have to just kill this off to avoid the damage. As the Immortal spawns in 12 seconds. Soundless extending their lead here, really looking good. Still no level 10 for KB. They finally finish off that last siege mercenary. They start with the race right away. They can go for their bruiser on the halftime show. Racing away at the Immortal. Piling on the pressure. They don't stay around too long though. No reason to fight yet. They got a bruiser they can do. Here's level 10 for KB, exactly as we expected. The Ice Wall leap into Light Bomb, but they went for Deadly Charge. They want the capitalization. They want a follow-up burst damage, and that Deadly Charge is what they need. Hook is dodged. The root was there. It was ready. Deadly Charge is well charged. Light Bomb with Blink from Tracer. Who needs Leap? They take out Li Ming. Devastating, but Alarak is once again reset. Shamzik is bullied on the backline. Arian gets out. Hutsu on the other way. Fantastic hook into the Putrid Bile. The power shielding is good, but Visca's taken out. Fallander, oh, with the beautiful Fend to chase down the Blink. Able to get the kill. The Surge of Light on Anduin. The Fend onto Tracer. They look for Hutsao. They focus him down, and that is going to be Soundless. Absolutely powering through. They push in top lane. The Bruiser camp is creating effort. Sesamos has to deal with that 100 sadism once again. Don't forget to hydrate. I'm going to have to refill in between these games, so I'll head on a quick break after this one. Because my water's running low. Ice Wall does land. Double hit this time, but the root from Malfurion shuts down all follow-up. Tranquility is keeping everyone alive, but the leap comes out. Alarak already dead once again, but Shamzik is tagging through with the 10 armor. Turning this round onto Arian. Valkyrie denied by Terrain again, but the hook isn't. Down he goes. Arian in full retreat. We see absolute devastation. Nenopy is deleting people, trying to predict where they're going. That was a risky calamity. 1 spear, and that's a dead Li Ming. Arian, they know they're there. Hook comes out as well. They were really looking. Oh, just Nenopy, no. Does Netherpe... Well, no. Netherpe's not going to... There's no way they could know. No way they could know. They're going to head in. And Soundless are looking for the first keep of the game to take the lead in this series. Making their way forward. Under pressure. Extra slam damage up to 3. Hook lands beautifully. Root. Little bit late. Tracer gets the recall again. Shamzik a little bit slow. Has been landing some absolutely insane plays. But this communication appears to have broken down a little bit sometimes between Citrus and Malfurion. Not always in the position to combo each other. So Ice Cream looking for her this time. Ice Wall dodged by Netherpe. Putrid Barn is used. Light Bomb is dodged as well. Everyone sidesteps it. Leave onto the back line though. Incredible. Pulse Bomb comes out. But look at their health. No one is even close to dead. What a hook. They turn it around into Cesabos. Valkyrie as well pulls in Anduin. Cesabos is down. Anduin is rooted. May is killed in the back line. And all that leaves is Arian. Hook burst dead. Game number 3 goes over to Soundless. The full engagement, Alarak and Tracer and Sonya just aren't enough to burst through them. Soundless tanking through them. Malfurion healing especially. Shamzik keeping the team alive there. What a lead gained here. Soundless looking convincing. Winning 2 in a row. 1 game away from claiming victory from the lower bracket. Can they finish the job? Tracer, 25,000 on the hero damage. 37,000 for Cassia. 36,000 for Thrall. Hydra just keep it up, just getting stuck in and bopping. And he somehow didn't die. Hydra was in there so many times. But was not killed. Was just able to survive. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. KB. Their choice of first pick or first ban. Tried to keep up as best they could, but it just didn't have the damage to finish people. 2 kills to 18 there. Final talents at the end. A level 15 end. Didn't even end at level 16. I do like that Discord Strike build Alarak, but they just weren't able to execute it as the game went on. There was just too much disruption for Alarak to really capitalize on these auto attacks. Looks like we already have a invite to a lobby, so I will accept that invite and see where we're going. Okay, alrighty. And it looks like, surprise, surprise, this map was picked by Soundless as first pick, looking like it has been opted for. Let's get that going. Where's my thing? There we go. Lost my button. Map number 4. It is going to be Cursed Hollow. Selected by Soundless. Okay, I think I have enough water to last me the rest of the game. If we go to a map 5, I will have to refill. But I'm alive for now. I think we are good. So, can Soundless close this out? Or will KB bring us to a match number 4? A match number 5. Maths is hard. Where is our other caster and our admin? Those are the only people who aren't in here, I believe. Excuse me. The throat is a little sore. It is summer here in the UK, and there is pollen just out in force. So not only am I very warm and a little bit sweaty, I am also a little bit stuffy every now and again, and a little bit sneezy every now and again, because I'm just getting absolutely blasted by the power of pollen. Alright. We're getting ready. Alright, we have our mod. just need our German caster, and then we're good to go, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folk, and everyone else in between. Hope you're all ready to get going. If you're enjoying the cast, once again, consider dropping a subscription or a donation. I'm just going to let them know that caster is ready. If you're watching on YouTube, then consider hitting that join button below the stream, or one of the donation links in the description. I am being paid for this by Heroes Lounge. Happy to admit it, but every little bit helps. I don't get too many paid jobs coming along. And I think we are ready to get going anytime soon. We're getting going. We're heading into the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. First pick to Team KB. First pick, first ban. Vikings out of here. Big map, wide map, remove the Vikings. Medivh also taken out of action. Looney Tune, thank you for gifting 5 subs to the community. Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations on your subs, Caltania, Ulada, Cyan Hots, Jace JTA, and Harborim. I'm going to get that one's wrong, isn't it? We're going to go with Harborim 1. Congratulations on your subs. And again, Looney Tune, thank you so much for your generosity. You are absolutely amazing. Varian and Vala were taken out, but that means Lucio made it through the ban phase. Lucio snuck his way in as we get to the bottom of those gifted subs. Again, thank you so much. You are awesome. Stitches, first pick again for Soundless, this time with Brightwing. Uther available, not picked by either team yet. KB could absolutely run an Uther Lucio comp here. KB, where do we go? Not even time to say hello. Roll on in, get sub. That's how cool you are, Ulada. Also how cool Looney Tune is. Sonya and Greymane, very burst heavy. If we get hooked, we're taking you with us. That's the plan. That's the play. Diablo, take it out. Boys Thingy, thank you very much for the follow. Diablo is out of action. Diablo would be fantastic with this Greymane Sonya combo. Could get a lot of damage out there. Sylvanas banned away. Soundless now. Dahaka and Cassia. Alrighty, solid play there. That's good DPS. They've got double globals now. With Falsa still available for either team as well. Could get a lot of extra soak going. If they wanted to go for triple soak, they could always go for the classic combo. Stitches, Hook, Gorge, Gust. Gorge one person, Gust the rest of the team. Kill that one person. Abatha comes in for KB. Everyone here is a great Abatha hat target. And a pretty solid clone target. That's pretty solid. So, yep, third global. We will not let Abatha out-soak us. So we're going to just absolutely global soak. Brightwing, Dahaka, Falstad, so much soak potential. Is it enough for team fights? With this much actual team fight potential from KB, we will have to see. We're getting ready for game number 4. This could be the last one. If Soundless can close this out with their global comp. Excuse me. Let's see if they can do it. Still waking up, but great to wake up to Tetcher casting. I appreciate that you appreciate. My brain isn't working because I feel like I've been casting since midnight my time. I had 2 hours sleep last night because this is not my usual wake-up time. We're about anywhere between 3 and 4 hours, 3 and 5 hours away from my usual wake-up time at this point. So I am barely awake, and having a wonderful time casting the games, and I'm glad you are enjoying them. Let's get this going! We are into the game at number 4. We're on Cursed Hollow, and it's Soundless on the right with ZW Hydra, on the Dahaka, Nenepi on Cassia, Shamzik on Brightwing, Sir Ice Cream on Stitches, and Falander will be playing the Falstad. One game away from victory. Can Soundless close it out? Or will KB bring it back to an even 2-2? With Viska on the Lucio, Arion on Greymane, Mimikyu on the good old Muradin, Sesabos on the Abatha, and that just leaves Rutsao playing the Sonya. Having a look at some of these level 1 talents. Abatha, full symbiote build, ready to brawl, ready to fight. With that pressurized glance to come with Soma transference later on. Furious blow. Sonya also wanting to get stuck in. Third wind for Muradin. Not going for DPS. He wants to tank. He wants to try and sustain. Jump in and out of fights. Let Sonya tank some of that damage. Accelerando on Lucio. Lucio, one of the number 1 heroes to go with Abatha, can actually get a lot of value out of it. Spear landed beautifully from Rutsao. Tissue regeneration from the Dahaka. Wants some sustain here. Frequent flyer for Falstad. Charge strikes for Cassia. Going with a little bit more of a brawling style. No poke. I guess when you are going to be in the fight a lot more than Falstad, you really want to just burn through and sustain damage that Muradin. The phase shift comes in for Falander, but First Blood once again goes over to Soundless. Nenepi going to start on that siege camp. Very interesting. Another patchwork creation. Very interesting builds from a couple of these players. Everything's mostly standard. Muradin, of course, has some flexibility. Greymane has some flexibility. But Cassia, that charge strikes is unusual. We don't see it very often. These spears from Rutsao have been really good. Hydra having to burn through that essence quite early. Siege camp grabbed a little bit quicker by KB due to the power of Greymane. Been clearing very, very effectively. Cassia is now able to grab that siege camp and will begin making their way to the Bruiser with the help of Stitches. Brightwing is going to stay in lane with that global potential. Lucio comes to help out Arion. Abatha Hat will keep the lane soaked in the meantime. Dream shot for Brightwing, go with a little bit of long-range poke this time. Hero Stalker once again, hammer gains for Falstad. Place of the Whale, Tenderizer, standard stuff here. On the other side, Third Wind, but also Sledgehammer. An unusual combo, but it's going to help Muradin clear these lanes a bit, especially against siege camps. That might be the play here, just help them with that boss race. Because their boss race is currently insane. There's the Adrenal Overload, 25% attack speed. Ice in the Dark, and off the wall. Trying to focus on to Falander a bit. But Mimikyu comes out way worse, gets the Abatha Hat, loses the shield, so loses the healing. Remember though, Third Wind. Mimikyu can trade all of their hit points as long as they live with 1. Then with that Third Wind, they will be back and ready to fight very shortly. They're going to have a much more reliable sustain than Falander will. First tribute being channeled already by Sir Ice Cream. Rutsao makes their way in and will get the first interrupt. Spears onto Nenepi, who's coming in. Brightwing with the TP as well. They get some good damage on Rutsao here. With the Abatha Hat on top, a little bit of shielding comes out, dodges the hook, and Rutsao will escape. They delay the tribute. In the meantime, Dahaka is soaking. Falstad is soaking. The global heroes are doing global things. One of the most annoying combos in the game. Lucio and Abatha, everybody. Just going to be dancing around you, making it very hard to land anything, which is potentially another reason why we have a Charge Strikes Cassia. You can't sidestep an auto attack with Lucio. As such, Cassia pressures out Viska a little bit better, and we see Soundless picking up the first tribute while still global soaking. KB, though, they also soaked every lane, just choosing not to contest this without just delaying. We have Mule on the board. Great counter clear. The Feeding Frenzy. Dahaka wants to lock people down. Doesn't land the drag this time. That's Serrated Edge, 5% damage and 5-second hook cooldown reduction. KB, right now, just playing it safe, defending top lane. Soaking out as best as they can. Remember, they do have Mule. So if they take any damage up here, it can just be repaired. Right now, I don't think... nope, Mule is in action. It's healing up bot lane. Muradin coming up this time. Nice stun. Catching Hydra. Slows down Hydra's rotation very nicely, so it's going to be Falstad who makes their way to bot lane. We are seeing a much more aggressive rotation this time from the side of KB. Making their way in, looking for Nenepi. Nenepi sidestepping best they can, trying to avoid the Stormbot when it comes out, but it finally comes out. Big dive with the Feral Lunge, with the Dogfight from the Greymane, trying to finish off the kill. Polymorph onto Mimikyu as they try to get the kill, but Sir Ice Cream, who is dropped. Falstad lands right on Mimikyu and gets popped instantly. Didn't have a chance. Arian, though, is completely trapped. And even with that fight, we are seeing Soundless taking the fights. It looked like that was 100% going in favor of KB, but Nenepi, the damage, stays alive. Let's see that again. Look at this fight. Greymane, sorry, the Stitches drop so quickly, but Nenepi gets the peekaboo plus phase shift healing, able to survive, and is doing so much damage. Stitches dies, but everyone is grouped up. Falstad dies, but everyone is grouped up. It's one pop-up straight away for the Cassia, and then she's able to just chase everyone down. They're all grouped up. They all take damage from that chase. Very nicely done, just punishing them being grouped up with the fence, with the Surge of Light, and with the charge strikes. Working out in this case. They get the boss. KB hooks back over. Mimikyu in serious trouble. Silenced with isolation into the boss stun. Is cleansed out with high five, but is still getting bodied. Can't make it over the wall, and Muradin will drop. This is going to be boss pressure pushing in with two tributes in favor right now of Soundless and a boss pushing in for them. They are already up to a solid lead. They leave Dahaka top with that global potential. They leave Brightwing up top with that global potential. They have Falstad in bot with that global potential. And Soundless creeping out ahead. There's the hook onto Arian. It's just two people here. Falstad can, of course, fly in. Brightwing is teleporting in. Dahaka burrowing in behind. The globals are popping off. Here comes the clone. Hydra in a little bit of trouble. They hook in the clone. Sensabot's going to immediately get popped here. Actually tanking through a surprisingly long time with that extra 10 armor. Thank you for the follow, Chucking-chan, as they push their way forward. Falada rotating in. Drag does not land. Ritsu focused in as the hook does. Mimikyu does not land. The jump over the wall is suddenly very isolated. Ball lightning. Nenepi drives them back, and Soundless are cleaning up. 7 kills to 2, and they're about to get another boss and a curse. They are hugely in the lead now, finding those kills, making the most of that clone potential. The clone survived a while, but they didn't actually get much with it. This is brutal. Soundless able to take that beautifully, finding their kills, finding the fight they needed. Hook now has that extra range. Dahaka is done with tissue regeneration. They make their way forward. Soundless already taking down their second fort of the game. Sneaky Bruiser Camp is taken by KB. That will give them some D-push in mid lane. That will help a lot. Means they can put a lot more pressure onto bot lane as a defense. They're going to be down a talent, though, as level 13 is available. We got that Chop Chop this time. Get the extra attack speed, the Pixie Boost move speed. We have the War Matron, the Protected. Falada rolling away from Mimikyu, dodging the damage. Sir Ice Cream is putrefiling. Greymane in the backline. The clone of Greymane in the backline. Chased away. As they turn their attention onto Mimikyu. Good jump over the wall. Will actually escape this time. Greymane clone has expired. Sir Ice Cream taking through isolation is dropped onto Sonya, which guarantees the first keep of the game. Going over to Soundless, but they're not done. Boss has half health. Hook onto the Sonya, who's killed with the boss stun. Looking for Viska. Trying to turn this round. Gust to disengage so they can regroup and re-heal, but they are going in. Soundless looking to end this here and now for the Nexus Forces Tournament Championship. They turn it round. Get Greymane. One more kill on the board. The core is going down. The spawn time is low. Sonya will be respawning shortly. Mimikyu is tagging. Viska is trying to distract. The core down to 15, 10, 8, and 0. That is going to be game and the series in a 9-minute game. Soundless win the Nexus Forces tournament in a 3-1 in the final. They close it out with a death push, running that stitches, finding the hooks, the globals, always there when you need them. Soundless, no matter where you are, no matter what warning you have, Soundless are there, and they are able to find the kills. With that, Soundless, they take the 3-1, they win the best of 5, and they are your champions for the Nexus Forces tournament. Huge congratulations to them. Losing on Volskaya, but taking Towers, Battlefield, and Cursed in a row. They are able to close it out. Soundless are your champions for the Heroes Lounge Nexus Forces tournament. Losing on day 1 to dudes. Fighting their way through. And finding their victory. Huge congratulations. The Nexus Forces tournament is over. The victor has been decided. Chunk of the prize pool goes to Soundless. Little bit still, a good chunk of it though is still going to KB. They put up a valiant fight. Looking very strong in that game number 1 and pretty solid in game number 2 and 3 as well. Game number 4 though, Soundless just truly outclassing with that global potential. Absolutely gorgeous rotations. Just making it work every single time. Here are the talents for those to see them. And then we will likely be signing off. Just going to message my admin and make sure I am good to sign off. Okay. Yeah, it said there in the message. The talents that are interesting here. I did like that we went for that War Matron at the end. The biggest way they could have thrown that game, Soundless, is if they lost Cassia, who was the majority of their AoE damage output. So if they got caught out, would have been a rough time for them. So having that ability to just lock them down and just go in without the risk of dying, set themselves up in a great position. Very nicely done. Just messaging admin. Alrighty. So, 2 kills to 10 overall stats. 27,000 damage on the Greymane was good, but Cassia, with the old style build, really kept up. She went for close combat build. The charge strikes, we always see that surge of light, but the War Matron combined with charge strikes basically was just a, I'm going to run at you until you perish. It was so effective. It was so good. Either way, I believe that we are done. Yes, we are. Alrighty, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the Nexus Forces tournament from Heroes Lounge. Sorry, I got sat on my headset cable there for a bit. I have been Tetcher. If you enjoyed, maybe consider dropping a subscription or a donation to show your support if you're watching on YouTube. Maybe consider hitting that join button and becoming a member. You get early access to Stormwatch News, which, of course, this will be covered in Stormwatch News. So you get that little bit of info. Feels good. Get that little bit of extra head start. And you can support the channel that way. You get my casts. You get pretty much everything there that I do, which is almost everything except the stuff I do on other channels. So, ladies and gentlemen, for now, I'm going to find someone to raid you all over. That's been it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. I love you all. I'm going to go sleep for a bit because I am so tired. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and I'll catch you all next time. Have a lovely night. Thank you, Heroes Lounge, for having me. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Congratulations to Soundless. See you all later.